these projects have actually outgrown what was, because they are owned by the people by themselves. So the youth come and involve themselves, and they say, because you've been given this greenhouse, it has to multiply to 10 of them. And so they own it, and it is one of the areas that is doing so. The CAIBs, the County Aggregation and Industrial Park, one of the things that you're looking out for is to eliminate the post-harvest losses. And the aggregation centers that have been set and the agripreneurs that have been disbursed to the counties, they've done a lot of advocacy. And people have started seeing the value in owning this. So we have cooperatives for each and every ward that have put themselves in terms of aggregating these agricultural produce, and even going to an extent, if this aggregation center does not have enough for these to take to the cooperatives, they go to other wards to ensure they aggregate. So they own these as their project. So the County Aggregation Industrial Park, I can tell you, there will be actually the next game changers in terms of ensuring that we eliminate the post-harvest losses and the like.
And there's a challenge here, and it's political. That election cycle is every 5 years.
I hear you sending all the challenges to me, you know.
because this one may affect you directly.
And I'm thinking, oh, challenges again.
In terms of formulating a program and ensuring that it actually is consequential, do you now tie it down to a political cycle? Because we change our governors. Some counties have changed their governors after every 5 years. Does that tie you down to ensuring that a program that you start has to be fully probably implemented within the 5-year period? Otherwise, if a new government comes in, there's a challenge that probably they may not take it up. Is that a challenge you face?
You know, Fred, I would say that when you're talking about solutions, any government that comes on, whether it's the opposition who is now in opposition, who now comes to power, is the same government but different presidency that's coming, they understand the benefits, the ESG benefits. So I think that it resonates with all levels of government and different change of government. So I'm confident that once the solution is set up again and is sustainable and the structures are in place, any government that comes will be able to run with it, maybe in a different way. And I was going to add that using Ghana, for example, we've survived different government changes, about 4 or 5 of them, with the same solutions. And anytime they come in, they understand how the impact it makes. And the impact is very key, not just the economic impact, but the environmental impact, the governance impact, given the power to the people. So when you come, you ride with it. You might own it, change it, tweak it a bit, which is what we're doing with the new government now, and claim it, because that's what every government wants to do. But in the end, the solution comes for everybody, regardless of the government. Does it mean you have to restart the conversation every time there's a new administration in place? You have to come back and convince them afresh that this is what you need, and we were doing this with the other guy? Not necessarily. You have the top officials changing, but you also have the middle management, the directors of the industries or directors of the functions not changing, and they have been in the system for a long time. They understand, so they're able to educate the new leaders who come in. They're able to even show them who's doing it right and who's not doing it right.
We've seen some projects actually stall after a change of administration, and that's why I'm asking this question.
Ideally, governments exist for posterity, not because of an individual. Governments exist for the people and by the people. And governments are supposed to be ongoing concerns, an ongoing concern in terms of economic terms. Ongoing concerns means either today or tomorrow, if there's change of guard, then structures and systems must be able to drive the progress and the programs that were. It is never envisioned that for every cycle that comes in, there has to be change of processes and procedures. Remember, even in this third cycle that we're in for the county governments, the only person that changes is the head. All the other structures of government remain. And for that reason, that's why you're told, for a functional government to progress, there has to be functional processes and procedures that are founded on functional laws, policies and procedures, so that they transcend generations to come. So ideally, governments are going concerned. There should never be change in terms of projects and programs that are being advocated. And we need to demystify this notion that programs are related to a person. Programs are not for the governors. Programs and projects are for the people of that county. Remember, these are resources, public resources, and for that reason, the projects that were conceived in a certain cycle of five years, there is something that is called a CIDP, County Integrated Development Plan, that the public says in the next 5 years, these are the projects and programs that we would want to see under this government. So those projects are not for a governor. They are projects for the people. So the next government that comes in, ordinarily and principally, they are supposed to continue with those projects. What did we do in this third cycle? We had a robust induction training for the governors for a week and the deputy governors. And one of the things that we endeavored to do, and which has been done up to today, is actually to ensure that projects that were conceived and that were ongoing by the previous regime continues, and the budget that was allocated does not shift. And I want to confirm this is what we do on a daily basis to monitor all the dispensaries that were being constructed. We told the governors, and we agreed principally, that these are projects for the community. They need to be finished.
There's political goodwill and political reality. Is it? I know the ideal situation is that governors will take it up and run with it, but is it happening 100%, or if you could gauge it 80, 70%? Sustainability once there's transition, political transition?
Democracy has actually come of age. And even the leadership have realized that these projects are not personal. We see a lot of progress. We see a lot of acceptability, and we see a lot of accountability in terms of ensuring continuity of, actually this is the term that I was looking for. Governments are supposed to exist for continuity. So we've seen a lot of progress in this endeavor, but it's still work in progress, so that people don't attach personal gains or attachment to projects, but rather looking at the greater picture for the people that you serve.
All right.
Okay, first, sorry, just to add, you know, with waste, if it stalls, it comes back to the government because it becomes a problem, a social problem. When you see people dumping waste into the river bodies, you have aquatic waste, you have what they call blue economy waste, you have waste, medical waste, you have liquid waste, people spewing. I don't know whether Kenya is any different, but in Ghana, for instance, we don't have a national grid when it comes to sewer systems, so we have to actually use a cesspit. If you don't have that, if it stalls, that means that you have more and more people dumping it into the sea, and that is an environmental hazard. So it is an onus on the government to make sure that it's sustainable because of the impact it makes. I just wanted to add that.
Right. Let's talk about the youth, because we've been talking about them as a crisis, not a solution for the longest time. But we have this huge youth bulge in Africa, and we do not know what exactly to do with them, and probably they just are a scare for the political establishment. We're talking about devolution and probably how devolution and the programs we've been discussing could be where youth could be actually a solution going forward. And will this be part of the conversations at this conference?
Thank you very much. I want to confirm that the greatest resource that we have in this country is the youth. Yesterday, we had a privilege of having one of the pre-conference activities at the Tom Mboya University. I wish you joined us, and I would request that this becomes an annual event that is advanced, the hackathon, where different youths came and converged at the Tom Mboya University to show the various innovations and the technologies and solutions that they would offer to government. And the theme was hacking 48 governments in 48 hours. It was an amazing innovation. It was an amazing thought. If you see what the youth of this country have come up with, they actually hold the solution for the entire spectrum cycle of this government. And the future is luminous for the youth. The only thing that we need to do is to include and have the confidence of the youth. And as a CEO of the Council of Governors, I want to confirm that I've embraced 83% of the employees at the Council of Governors are youth below 30 years. And I can tell you, Fred, one of my greatest successes, and in terms of public sector, you can Google this, we were actually awarded the great achievers, the highest achievers in government processes, in accountability, efficiency, and effectiveness. This is because of the youth that I work with. One of the things that youth do, they have no bureaucracies. Youth have no bureaucracies. They deliver anywhere, any hourly, and in any manner. So you get results every second. And this is the notion that I would want all the leaders to embrace and look at these youths as providers of solutions. And this year's conference, we have actually waived a registration fee for the youth. They have a pavilion that has been paid by the Council of Governors so that we can have conversation around it. We have 5 youths in each and every county that the governors have actually supported, sponsored, and all the 47 counties have actually paid for 5 youths across the country. Then yesterday there was this conversation, Shovco. We are actually bringing in 20 youth from that conversation free of charge so that they can infuse and tell us a story of what they'd want to do. So we need to have a mindset and, of course, change in how we view and look at the youth. But one of the things that I need to confirm that white-collar jobs are not sufficient in this country. There has to be change of mind even in the curriculum, that we don't take our children to school for purposes of exiting into white-collar jobs. But how do we create an enabling environment for the youth to thrive in this country? Because they are extremely very robust, their innovation is in another level. How do we then engage and appreciate the innovations that are coming out from these youth? For example, there's one innovation in the hackathon that was very impressive. How to eliminate the road carnage in this country. It was actually breathtaking. How the public can actually make the drivers accountable. Once you enter into a vehicle, the system that is connected with NTSA and your driving license as a driver, and a system that recognizes the speed at each and every level of the road. If it's 50%, the app tells you the driver is overspeeding. We are supposed to be at 50 kilometers per hour. So then the public is able to put the driver to task. And by so doing, we bring sanity in the Matatu industry. So I think these are some of the things that we need to embrace. But again, I've said again, there has to be that change of mind and, of course, a lot of sensitization in terms of the jobs and of course, the resources are not only in government offices, but even outside. But the policymakers have a duty to give that enabling environment for the youth to thrive.
All right. And someone may be watching us and they're not able to attend this conference. And they're wondering, they're saying, hey, Jospong has a very good opportunity for me as a Kenyan youth. And the thing about the youth is that they combine both technology and waste management. Both of which you
and energy.
Yes, and energy as well. So is there any other way for young people to engage with you directly, and how can they do that?
Okay, so we do have a country coordinator here who is coordinating the affairs. Every country has a country coordinating officer. We're in about 25 countries now across Africa, and counting. So I would say that, for instance, we'll be able to share our details. So that's why we're engaging the governors, for instance, at Pavilion. That's another thing that I didn't mention. We're trying to have a small, closed discussions with the governors to be able to know the resource person and the go-to person. There must be an office in the counties that is for the youth, especially in waste management, and that is the liaison office that we'll be working with. So we'll have a liaison person from Jospong side working with the liaison office in the counties. So they should look out for that. We're going to have that discussion with the government, and we'll come up with a strategy for that.
You
Besides
probably
that,
invite
maybe
innovation.
Fred, just an interjection. The conference will be live streamed across, including the side events. So each and every person in this country, if you're not able to make it here, you can actually watch the conversation and deliberations at the comfort of your couch. So every event will be streamed in all our social media platforms, and of course we have live feeds across,
including TV47.
Including TV47.
Especially TV47.
We also this confusion that TV47 is a TV for the counties.
Fantastic.
And I want to confirm that TV47 has been advocating actually the issues of counties and authoritatively speaking truthfully about the issues that affect county governments and the like. So we really want to appreciate you, and moving forward, we would want to partner with you details so that you're able to get first-hand information that is not doctored, so that you can be able to engage and, of course, educate the public.
And thank you for that.
Fred, I wanted to add as well, Jospong has social media handles as well. There's Jospong Group. We're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, so anybody who wants to have anything skewed towards what we are offering as private sector, they can go to our LinkedIn or our Linktree, I would say that, and they will be able to get all the information they need about Jospong Group. We have a website as well, a corporate website, and it tells you all the companies that we have, all the subsidiaries, the 60 and counting. We're expanding rapidly, so yeah.
Wow. Indeed, you can learn a lot more here. But Mary, I saw on the other end, as you enter this space, there's a special, a very huge tent with so many small cubicles inside. And yesterday when we came in, we were told those are exhibitions. And what exactly will be happening on that end?
Well, thank you very much. As I said earlier, we have amazing innovations in this country, ranging from the youth, persons living with disability, indigenous and the like, companies, institutions, government institutions with very good policies and the like. We have 500 exhibitions that exhibitors have already prescribed, and I want to confirm that by Monday, all the exhibition booths were sold out. Mm-hmm. So we'll have various innovations and technology and conversations in those side exhibitions, people popping out the innovations and the like. So I will request and appeal to each and every person that comes to the conference, please just have a look and walk through the exhibition booths just to sample a few innovations that are coming up. Then secondly, we have 16 pavilions, the larger ones, that have even machineries that have been put there so that we can give a glimpse of what there is in terms of technology in this country. So as you come for the conference, please just do not sit here, just take a walk to the pavilions and of course to the exhibition booths so that you can sample firsthand what innovation and then enormous thinking there are people, innovative ways in terms of every solution that you so wish in this country. So just have a walk at that. And we just wanted to pop us out. In terms of technology, Fred, I realized that yesterday even what was being set in, we actually underestimate the capacity that we have in this country. Mm-hmm. It is just enormous. We have solutions for each and everything.
Right. Looking at the numbers, because I could see even on your website, you're talking about the number of candidates who will be attending, the number of delegates from different counties. And probably one may wonder, can I just walk there and get to interact with these exhibitors? How many people do you expect here? And can other people just join in?
I want to say, I think Devolution Conference is one of the largest conferences that Kenya has ever had. As of yesterday, we had registered more than 12,000 delegates in the portal. Mm. And our registration has no human engagement. It is automated, a software done by the youths themselves. And that's why, for me, from where I sit, I have a lot of respect for the youth of this country. They did for us a very fantastic end-to-end system for registration. For the booths, we did not even allocate a single booth to any person that paid. You just go to the portal, you choose your booth from the layout that has been provided. Oh. Pavilions, we don't, so that we eliminate, that engagement and to ensure that there's equity in everything that we do. So devolution is about the people that have paid for the same. And for you to appreciate this, it has actually to be at a cost. Okay. So devolution is not for anybody to walk in, but any person that has prescribed, any person that has registered is eligible for this. And we have actually, this is an international conference, if I can so speak. We have the main entrance where people only entrance for the people that have their badges scanned and accessing the entry. So it's actually delegates entry devolution only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who do we expect to open this conference officially, or who do we expect to close it?
The 3 days, I really want to thank the head of this country, the President of the Republic of Kenya. Is actually accepted to open the conference on the 13th of August 2025. The second day, on the day of human rights and social justice, we'll have the former Prime Minister, Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, coming on the second day. And on the third day, when we're doing financing, equity and inclusion, we'll have none other than the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency Professor Kithure Kindiki, coming to close for us, and of course giving us a glimpse of where the country wants to take us in terms of equity, financing for equity.
Right.
Yeah.
Final words now. What would you tell people as a final word in as far as rallying them to come, and what to expect in as far as devolution and the discussion on waste management?
Okay, so I'll start with pavilion, for instance. So when you come to a pavilion, you will see samples of what we're talking about in terms of waste management. You see the pellets from the plastics. You see the compost. We actually brought compost all the way just for people to see how waste is converted into something useful. So that's the first thing you see. We also have a meeting room that we can actually have meaningful conversations with anybody, any resource person, especially the governors who are coming in. We are in the main auditorium, as I said. Our executive chairman is giving a speech there on the first day, which is on Wednesday. And also we're in the side panel events as well. So we're all around and we'll be in your face lives. But we're here to bring solutions that has worked in Africa. We don't believe in solutions that are outside Africa. We're bringing solutions that we ourselves have been able to try and test it and be able to attest to it that it works in Africa. That's what we're bringing.
All right,
so, yeah.
And finally, Madam CEO, now this is your opportunity now to address the nation and officially welcome people to Homa Bay.
All roads lead to Homa Bay for the 9th Devolution Conference. And I want to confirm that we have curated delegate experiences. There'll be rich conversations. And first and foremost, I really want to thank this beautiful county, the county of endless potential, starting with the governor for this county, Governor Wanga. She has supported and committed ourselves to fully the involvement of the conference since we started the last 1 year. We've worked with the team, and I really want to appreciate Governor Wanga immensely from the bottom of my heart. And I want to invite each and every person that has prescribed to this conference. We will never let you down. The conversations are rich. The conference is better and good, and this is a place to be. I want to welcome each and every Kenyan to this year's Devolution Conference so that we can have conversations that will lead the discussions for this country in the next level, and of course ensuring that there is space for each and every person in this country in as far as equity, inclusion, and social justice is concerned. Lastly, I want to thank the head of state for accepting to grace this occasion, and of course for supporting in terms of resources, in terms of putting all these infrastructure that you see here to ensure that we have that conversation that is live. The place to be is Homa Bay County for the 9th Devolution Conference 2025.
All right, and I couldn't have said it any better. County number 43, all roads lead to Homa Bay County. If you've never been here, the roads are clear. If you need a siren, if you need a chase car, please get it. Get yourself to Homa Bay County for the 9th edition of the Devolution Conference, the 2nd biannual edition of this. The theme of this year's conference is For the People, for Prosperity, Devolution as a Catalyst for Equity, Inclusion, and Social Justice. As TV47, we promise you, we'll be here this entire week, bringing you details of what is happening here and having discussions every morning here on Morning Cafe with different players in as far as devolution is concerned. Thank you very much, Madam CEO. Mary Muiti, CEO, Council of Governors, for welcoming us to the Devolution Conference and telling us what to expect. And also to your partner, Drusilla Gidiglo Vilas, who is in charge of business development and strategy at Jospong, one of the main partners in as far as devolution is concerned, and with that big discussion around waste management, which will be a key discussion at the Devolution Conference. So yes,
thank you for having us.
That's how we kickstart the discussions around Devolution Conference. I'm very excited, you can see. Back to Nairobi.
Yes.
Very good host.
Back to Nairobi because Monday Blitz is coming up. Of course, yesterday Harambee Star did some amazing work, beating Morocco 1-0 on Kenyan soil, and we're still celebrating here. Even as we talk about matters devolution, naona watu wamevaa jazi za Harambee Stars. Fred Arocho, you have some words to swallow. You talked about Harambee Stars not being able to do that thing. They did it, and that will be part of the conversation after the break. My name is Fred Indimuli. Good morning.